Wait, what's going on YouTube? It's Donnie BLD bringing you True Beauty. Not this. Definitely True Beauty. If you know this box, you know it's the Jack Wolf Knives Gateway series of blades. Art, obviously, and always done by the great Sean Tiffany. Gotta love it. But it's all about what's in this box, not the sleeve. The sleeve holds this box, which is great because what's in this box is always wonderful. But this one I did a short on to show you. This is the first knife in a long time where just seeing it in the box, I completely nerded out. This is the Jack Wolf Knives Gateway Barlow. Holy Moses. Now, you'll remember that name because there's already been a Jack Wolf Knives Gateway Barlow. The thing is, he sells out. So if you are a knife collector, a knife wanter, a knife user, a knife appreciator, or a knife gift giver, you might want to jump on these as soon as possible because, again, they were going to sell out. And you say, oh, they all sell out, so why didn't he do a different one? Of all the knives that he has sold out, that's sold out, this is the most requested return knife. This Gateway Barlow, people want them. And so what a lot of scumbags do is they'll buy them and then they'll wait until they're all sold out and then they'll sell them, raising the price. You can do that. Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure he's not mad if you buy all his knives, but man, if you were just somebody who wants a knife, I would jump on these quick because that's what happens and they go away fast because they're worth it. So let's see. It's called the Gateway Barlow. This one's Abalone V2. Abalone. It's like bologna. Let's see. We have the pattern is Barlow, aka sleeve board. It is a slip joint. It has the Federal shield on it. You can see there. It is integral bolsters and liners are of stainless steel. So you'll see this is a bolster. Inside there is a liner. That is the bar. This is phenomenal. The smoothness from scale to steel is just insane. We are looking at nickel silver pins, and it's harder to see on this one because they blend in so beautifully to this abalone. We have it's flat ground. For some reason I thought it was hollow ground like he normally does. Flat ground, so this is going to be even a stronger blade. Woo! That is even more impressive. I didn't know that was a flat grind. That's my favorite grind on a knife. All right, well, man, that's fantastic. So it is Sandvik 14C28N, which is phenomenal. It is a satin finish. The spring is satin finish. That's what that little bar is. Closed length is 3. Oh, it's a beautiful walk and talk. The closed length is 3.87 inches. The blade length is about 3 inches. It's 2.98, so it's 3 inches in the blade. The cutting edge is 2.67 inches. Scale to scale width is 0.44 inches. It is a 2.5 millimeter blade. It only weighs 3.1 ounces, and it has a Rockwell of 5859. Is it sharp? It's Jack Wolf Knives. I've never seen one not sharp, and this one isn't going to change any of that. They are 100% razor blade sharp. So I could sit in here and talk about this all day long with the just absolute beauty of this, but what we need to do is just take it out and cut it. When I'm done, I have to go to the post office with this knife, and I'm sending it to my boy Jared. He needs to check this thing out in full glory. He's right now working on the Superman film. He's filming for that. So it's going to be cool. This thing will be able to maybe get to the movie set and out Superman. Let's take it outside. All right. So as always, I'm going to put a link down to these down below so you can go check it out. Now, there's a fat carbon version and a few other versions of grip that you can get. So when you open up the page, you're going to be able to see there's all kinds of different ones. I have to say that in my hand, and I've held so many of his different handle materials, grip materials, and I've got the chance to see them all up close in person. I have to say this might be one of the single, and this isn't me being just nice about it. This is one of the single nicest looking knife handles I have ever seen in my life. And I'm talking about not just his, I'm talking about any. This thing is so beautiful. It's got this amazing, almost like mother of pearl on steroids look to it. It's, oh my God, it is so beautiful. I literally, without exaggeration, opened up the package. When I opened it up and I opened the box, I was outside and the sun, just like today, was beautiful. And I got that look. And this thing doesn't even do it justice. It's something that you have to see in person. But I literally went, whoa. Uncontrolled emotion. It was that nice. So let's get some work going with this thing. What I want to do is a couple of drops. I want to see how that tip, make sure I can't see it with my eyes. All right, so I'm going to do some 4-foot drops and hopefully, oh crap, the dog doesn't walk in front of it. I got to get it to drop straight. Oh, it bounced off and stuck in. All right, so it's hard dropping 4 feet because it has this beautiful big handle on it, and the handle obviously weighs more than the it weighs more than the blade itself, so it's hard dropping straight. So what I'll do is a couple of just downward throws, and so you could see, like, woo, that's sharp. I just tapped it right there. I don't know if you can see that line. That's pretty deep. That's over a 1/2 inch on just a small throw, digging into this block of wood. That is crazy. That is super, super nice. That tip, because of the swedging here, it just wants to dive straight in. It has a very, very nice thin tip. This thing is a cutting tool, not a bashing tool. Remember that. If you're out there and you're, let's see. If you're out there and you're saying, hey, you know what? I got my Wolf Knives Barlow on me, and what needs to happen is I need to baton. If you're batoning with this knife, and obviously I was doing it very lightly, and you end up having a problem, if any kind of knife like this, if you're out there, but you're an idiot. It's not what the knife's made for. This knife is made to cut, then it's made to cut, then it's made to cut a little bit more. So treat the knife with respect. Use it as it's meant to be used. It'll last forever. Just phenomenal knives. He hasn't had a bad one since ever, literally. Hasn't had a bad one ever. Look at this. I mean, you got to use it to get a fire started. You want to use it to make, arrows or spear tips or tent spikes or pit spikes or coat holders or camp furniture, and you need to make in some grooves to tie things together. This thing is absolutely genius. It is just a perfect specimen of knife. It is awesome. It's just awesome. A beautiful, beautiful knife. And that's what he does. He makes beautiful function. He doesn't just create a knife. He doesn't just create art. He finds a way to tie the two together, but in the most perfect form and fashion. So let's see, we got this bungee cord here, and as always, it's a Wolf Knives blade. You are going to have extremely, extremely perfect cuts. It is just absolutely perfect. And it's not like, oh, this one was perfect. It's everyone he does. I don't know how this is going to work because this thing has been baking, and I found out that I can cut my fingers off, but let's see. This is a hard piece of hose, but the edge geometry on these knives, it's perfection. Perfection. These things are absolutely phenomenal cutting tools. Not just a knife, not just something you can pull out and make a little slice with or peel an apple. This is a cutting tool. And he makes the best cutting tools on the planet. This is a nice big fat piece. I gotta fix my position because the board started to roll on me. So let's see. Don't want to cut off my fingers. Oh, I got that. Look at this. Look how clean this is, right? You'll see this little piece right here. That's because it's sunk into the wood. That part that had to be cut straight through is as clean of a cut as you will ever see in your freaking life. Let's see. I got this little plastic tube here. You'll notice it's a little hole, right? So if the knife isn't sharp, what it's going to do, it's going to crush the hole. It's going to crush it and give you like a weird shape, an oval. I didn't have to check it first before I got to the camera. I just knew it's that sharp. It's just that sharp. It is what it is. It's Jack Wolf Knives perfection. And the tolerances and that they're allowed when they make a knife, like, a lot of knife makers, something placed like a cold steel. Okay, if some of the blades aren't heat treated proper, oh well, they let it go through the door. If something doesn't line up, oh well, they let it go through the door. If there's an internal crack, oh well, they let it go through the door. These don't go through the door without full inspection. A major company like Cold Steel, they don't inspect the knives. They put them on their machines. They make them, they put them together, they put them in a box, and they sell them. There's no inspections. These are all hand inspected before they're put in the box. These are made sure that every one of them is going to be absolutely perfect. So let's take this, give it a nice little rip. Oh, the cleanest. I tell you guys all the time, I bring out knives and I do this with this hose. And the good thing, it's got two layers of nylon, then it's got the rubber. But what happens is if the knife isn't sharp, really, really sharp, if there's any kind of dullness to it or any kind of imperfection in the edge, what happens is it tears this material and little strings will pop out and you'll see none of that there. It's absolutely, absolutely perfect. It's really hard to take fine fiber like that and cut it without the fiber fraying. This cuts so sharp and so perfect, it never frays. So we go through all that, tie it up one more time. So that's a lot of rubber and a lot of nylon sit there pressed together. Let's see if I can't just get a nice little slice. I'm inside the grooves of the wood, but of course it's going to go straight through because that's the kind of thing it is. Dog is bumping into you guys down there. So let's take this. Man, I'm just looking at it. So high quality leather. Then you have about an 1/8 inch thick of rubber, and then there's a mesh. And you put it all together, it makes a pretty strong ball. But look at this. Look how easy. It just rips right through. Just glides through. That's a nice, look how fat that rubber is on that basketball. It's a nice piece. You know what I never do is I never double it up and cut. Let's double it up. The reason I can do that is because, well, it's Jack Wolf Knives. Look at that. That is insane. Just super, super sharp. So, you get yourself some game, you get a little fowl or a fish or something, maybe even a deer, whatever, it doesn't matter. You're out and about and this is the knife you have on you and you have to process something down. It's all going to work. It's all going to work, not just this time, but every time. It's Jack Wolf Knives, baby. The knives are just made to cut, not a little. They're made to cut a lot. They're made to cut anything and everything you throw at it. It's just a beautiful, beautiful specimen of what perfection is supposed to look like in a knife. They don't get any better. They don't get any cleaner. They don't get any more tolerant. They just don't come better than Jack Wolf knives. These are the pinnacle of slip joint knives, and they don't only make slip joints. He makes fixed blades. He makes locking blades. In everything he does, it has to be perfect. And this is one of those examples of told you so, because it's just freaking perfect. Golly, that's nice. That's so nice. It's like going to church and somebody praying for something good for you to happen, and then this shows up in the mail and you're like, wow, God is great. That really worked. This thing is phenomenal. So Jack Wolf Knives, follow the link below. Check it out. This one's about to go to a movie set and have a lot of really healthy attention. So, golly, it just, I'm trying to see if I could feel the badge, but I think it's underneath the clear, so it'll never fall out. It's just, everything is just done better than the people who do other ones. You know what I mean? There's 100 different companies that are going to make a knife like this. Nobody's going to do it as nice as this. Nobody's going to do it as right as this. So that's it for this one. Check out the link below. The Jack Wolf Gateway Barlow. The most beautiful handle you'll ever see. Pick one up for yourself. 100% worth it. I am Donnie all day. Until next knife.